Hello, welcome to another pasta chat. Pasta's already boiling just now, so it won't be super long. Just an update, training wise. It's the thing I get asked actually the most is just, can you just give us a pasta chat? Because when people say, oh, when's the next pasta chat coming out? I say, oh, well, what's the topic going to be? And they always say, oh, I don't know. And then they say, why just give us an update of your training? So here we go. Yesterday, snatch 150. Took a jump from 140 to 150 for the first time, missed the first one, and then made it on the second. So that's pretty happy with that, quite promising. Obviously, would have been cool to make it first time, but it just was a bit too much. And started clean and jerking. Had something briefly in my head that the night before when I just suddenly thought, do you know what, I reckon I might crack 190. And started warming up. It was going pretty well. 155 was nice. Jumped to 165. The jerk was trash. I split really early, and still made it, but it was rubbish. 175, pretty much similar story. Back foot slipped because I split a bit early again, but again still made it. It was like got a bit kind of, intense. Thought screw it, I'll go 182 for a PB. The plan was to go straight to 185, but was not feeling confident after the jerks. Did 182, got really amped up for it, really revved up for it, and it was just very, not easy, but it was nice. And the jerk was pretty solid, easy recovery, straight to lockout. So that was a PB, 1 kilo PB. First ever 400 pound clean and jerk, which is cool. Not that I care too much about the pounds, but it was always something I wanted to do when I first started. Then was like, right, okay, this is it. Let's load up 190. Loaded it up. Got really amped up. I was having Claire slapping me back, my club foot song on, smelling salts, everything. Had to get really amped up, and that's something that I learned from this was that I just don't. I never turn it on at the right time. I always have to kind of miss a lift and then get amped up and turn it on. So I'm quite low stimulation, but not because I hate being overstimulated, it's just the way I am. It was quite low stimulation, but then when I actually, for clean and jerk anyway, when I get amped up and back slaps and everything, it always obviously goes a bit better, especially because a lot of my issues are mental in the clean. Loaded up 190, cleaned it straight away. It was actually kind of nice, wasn't too bad. Crashed on me a little bit, but stood it up really easily. People kept telling me afterwards, oh, you should have put 200 on the bar. It's a big jump, obviously, but so I hit 190, and I did actually jerk it, but it was a bit ropey. It wasn't shit. It was just it was a press out. It wouldn't have counted, I don't think, in a tier 1. Maybe a tier 3 would have counted. But it was one of those that wasn't like, it didn't like crash on me. I didn't maybe drive it high enough, and then I just caught and then pressed further. So, not, to be honest, actually not the way I usually press out, I don't think. But yeah, recovered 190, big celebration. So 190 clean and jerk, so obviously really happy with that. A few people asked me what the kind of training changed. How did training change to go from kind of 165, 170 to 190? And the honest answer is not a lot. Like, I don't think I've got necessarily a lot stronger. My technique's got a lot better. I've got obviously a bit stronger. But the biggest change was just more mental, and it was just attempting heavier weights with more confidence. I think I've had the strength to do 190 for a long time, for at least a year and a half, if not 2. So it was more about just putting it together. And for me, that was just mental, and that was just more confidence in myself, confidence that my back wasn't going to break, and confidence that when I lifted it off the floor, even if it feels heavy, to just keep standing and just keep pulling. And it did. It obviously didn't feel light off the floor. But when I look at the video back, it did look like it did. Like it moved fast. So that's another confidence builder. But yeah, really happy with 190. There's not many people who can say they thought, you know, I would have got to 190 when I was first diagnosed with Erb's palsy and whatnot. So that was a pretty cool thing to do. Now, it was a 9 kilo PB, so it obviously took me by surprise a little bit. I didn't expect to get to 190 this quick. I think the next thing, I mean, at the English and Liverpool comp coming up, I probably won't actually plan maybe to do much more. Maybe like, if it's feeling good and, you know, maybe go for like 191 or something, but I don't know if jumping straight to 195 now is going to be a smart idea. Obviously, who knows, that December is a few weeks away still, but I think, yeah, so I think the 200 clean and jerk could actually be on for next year. Obviously, I made the video about how that's going to be my big goal. Well, my PB was 181, but now that it's only 9 kilos away, obviously still is going to be a massive task and a big achievement if I do it, but it seems significantly less far away now. So I think a big part of that is going to be me keeping my head and not getting overconfident and kind of cocky, and trying to respect the weight for what it is. Obviously a very heavy weight. But next year, the goal will probably still be clean and jerk 200. I'd like to, obviously I'd like to hit 200 just because it's 200. I would also like a big clean again. I have never ever pushed clean because historically it's always just been my best lift. It's always been my easiest lift. It's always been the lift I didn't think about at all, and I just did the clean. It was always really nice. It was always a jerk that I missed. So, but since the back injury, my clean's not gone to hell, but my confidence has dropped a little bit just because when I would have pain in the clean, it would always be lifting off the floor, that first lift off. So I've lost a bit of confidence there. So I just think it would be nice just to smash a big clean and, you know, maybe try and clean 200 plus, and just get that confidence back in my back, so that when I'm attempting heavy clean and jerks on stage, you know, it's a clean that I know I'm confident I'll be able to hit without any pain. So maybe that'll be the goal as well, if I were to get the 200 quite quickly. But it might be one of those ones where it's only 10 kilos away, quote unquote, and I just made a 9 kilo PB, but it might be that I've increased my clean and jerk 14 kilos in, you know, space of a couple of weeks, but the next 10 kilos could be years. So I'll keep my kind of mind open to the possibility that I might not still even succeed next year. As you know, the plan is going to be always to rush slowly, as much as I may not be doing that at the moment, but try to actually rush slowly with it. But if I don't hit the 200 next year, it will just carry over, because that will be the next goal. So 200 kilo clean and jerk, next goal, in the new year, that is, after these competitions are done. And then we'll see. But yeah, hopefully that was interesting.